Hi all, today I'm gonna make a really quick and easy power snack, and this actually is called as what shall we name? Okay, let's name it as Proteinilicious and Yummylicious power snack. Yummy, and it is also a powerhouse snack bar which will be really enjoyable by the young kids and also by the women and old age people as well. So if you're going to the gym or something like that, you can grab one of this bar before you go hit the gym, and it will really help you to work out even more better. So what do we have now is some of the dates over here. So dates, of course. Really, yeah. I try to eat just for the health, for the sake of my hair and also for my skin, etc. But I don't tend to much. But so I decided to make this laddu. So what does this dates consist of? It consists of minerals, vitamins, like A, B, folate, etc. It really has lots of stuff, really. And these are the nuts. So the nuts are our very old food, which is being consumed by really, I don't know, about 1080s, 2080s, something like that. So I've taken some pistachios, some almonds. You can take any nuts which is lying around your kitchen to start off. So you can either grind it. So I'll teach you how to grind it later. And so what does nuts consist of? It has both saturated, which are like healthy fats, which is needed for our body to function. And I've taken some couscous. Yeah, that's my tiny bird over there. Okay, and also some protein powder. So I'm sure you must be having some sort of protein powder in your house. If you don't have, you can completely skip it. No offense in that. So next is some chia seeds. Oh yeah, we all know that. It is sort of a biggest powerhouse food. So I'm going to incorporate into my bar or the laddu over here. And so these are the ingredients, which is like very basic and minimalist ingredients, which we are going to start off with. So our next step would be take a blender, or if you have some food processor at your home, you can take that. And you need to take your dates, which I've said, which have skinned off and took the flesh alone. Take the blender and put it gradually inside the blender and blend it or ice crush it, whatever it is. And you'll get this consistency. It will be like very soft and mushy. So whatever the consistency you want to have, you can maintain it, but don't make it very thin, because we can't make that ball or laddu easily if it's too thin or slimy, something like that. So once you get the consistency, you can stop your blender and collect your dates outside the blender. Okay guys, so this is my final dates which I have collected from my blender. You can see it's sort of not very slimy. It's kind of mushy over here. So this is the consistency we really want to make the laddu, so that it'll be good to be, you know, kind of a chewy bar or something like that. So that's it. So here I have my pan, which I'm trying to preheat it, because what we're going to do is dry roast our nuts, so that, you know, when you have those crunchy, nutty flavor, dry roasted flavor, when it is mixed with our ball or the laddu, trust me girls, it's really yummy. It's really kind of 2-in-1, because you're eating your dates along with your nuts. What more, right? It's really 2-in-1 process. And we also have our couscous over here, so which I'm going to dry roast along with it. And chia seed, again, I'm going to add with our laddu, as I've said, because this is really a proper protein snack, because not alone the protein, vitamins, folate, etc. Proper snack for you girls to have, or the kids, or if you have very old people at your home. This is a recipe which I kind of took from, not from the internet, basically it's from my grandma, because she has been feeding us with this type of laddus or the bars since we were young. I didn't realize how good and nutritious it is. Only now I'm realizing it. So I'm trying to pass on to you girls actually. Okay, so I've preheated my pan, so I've added my tricolor couscous. So this is very ancient grain, which is like mostly it is actually it's from Africa. So now I mean the most of the Western world have started following using this couscous in the wraps and etc. So I thought maybe we should also use it in our balls or the laddu so that it's very good. It has really lots of vitamins, again minerals and phosphates, zinc, etc. So instead of having in a wrap, I thought let's have it in a power snack. So I've added here a tricolor. It's not necessary you need to have a multicolor couscous. You can just grab one which is near your market, whether it's a white or whatever the color you feel like, just to add some color to my food. Because being a girl, you know, too much of color is what it's actually in our genes. So that's the reason I've taken this tricolor. So I'm just dry roasting it. So it's not necessary you have to deep dry roast in it. So whatever the color how much ever you want, you can use it. Even if it fails, if you have dry roasted too much, it's okay. There's always next time to make it more perfect, right? So that's it. So now I've added my nuts. So you can add, do you know actually nuts are actually the fruits? They're not some vegetables, so it's kind of an extra note I'm giving you. See, I'm trying to educate you on science level as well. So they do have the epicarp, so whatever we have inside them, which is the fruit which we are trying to incorporate here. So I've used pistachio. You can use whatever the fruit you want for your laddu or the balls. So I've used pistachio, some almonds over here. We are going to actually blend them and incorporate in our bar or the balls or the ladoos, whatever. So you can add olive oil if you want to dry roast them, or you can add clarified butter or the ghee. This is what usually at Indian household they would add this, or you can add some olive oil spray, which are actually wait here. This is a spray which I actually use it for some of my baking the cake or something like that. Or you can just leave it because we are going to anyway grind them, and we are going to incorporate in our laddu or the ball. So you can just dry roast them. You don't have to add anything at all into it. So this is it. So till you get a nice aroma, somewhat you feel wow, you're getting some sort of aroma, something like that, you can dry roast them. So that's what I'm trying to do over here. Alright, so what I've done is, we were roasting the nuts, right? So I took the nuts and just gave them a very good blend. So this is how it is now. So you can really see it's just really powder. But it's not that smooth powder because it's very fun to eat that nutty, crunchy type of bars or balls, right? So that's why I've made it into very coarse material. I mean, you can really make it whatever the way you want, but this is it actually feels good if you eat it in that way. So I have also kept my chia seeds or the hemp seeds. So I'm just gonna add to them. So I'm not grinded this, but I will actually tell you girls or advise you girls not to actually ground them. You can just leave it in the way as it is. I mean the chia seeds and the hemp seeds. So this is the powdered consistency which we really actually looking for. Don't over grind it, just blend it. That's it. So that's it. Okay, the next is going to be the real fun and the final part. So what I've done is I've taken this plate, and you can either use some oil or some clarified butter or some ghee, whatever you have, or you can really skip this step. It's not completely necessary. I've taken some olive oil. I'm actually coating the plate just to make our balls to be smooth and easy to handle. So that's it. So we can just leave the plate for just a good 1 minute to settle down. So that's what I've done over here. So you can take something, see, you can take like this, make a small, whatever the size you want to make, you can do that. So you just have to do like this. So take your powder. This is the small one for kids I'm making, okay? Not for the big people. So you can just roll it like this. So, you know, it's like sandwiching in between. See? And you just roll it down. So it's actually in between. The treat is actually in between, not outside. So this is the small balls of the laddus, which we call it as. So these are the bigger chunks over here. So you can see it's completely, I have like powdered with the nuts. So what you can do is just turn around horizontally or vertically, whatever way you want, and just move it across very slowly, very slowly, very slowly. So you can make it this bar as well. So whatever the way you want, you can actually do it. So, or if you want it to be smaller one, like the balls or the laddus, whatever the way you want, you can do it. You can really experiment it. Some prefer the nuts to be everywhere, so they don't want the sandwich pattern. So you can actually dough them. So take your I mean, so this is actually another way of doing it. First I'm making my balls over here, my date balls over here. Then I'm gonna just roll around, just roll around. This is another way. So whatever the way you want to, yes, it will stay intact because it is sort of an adhesive. Your dates are actually very adhesive sort of stuff, so it will really stay intact. So you don't have to worry it might fall or something like that. So whatever the way you want, you can actually play. Or if you want both the sides also, you can do. So this is the one which I have like sandwich with. So you can really play and experiment it. So you can eat straight away, or if you want it to be very thick or something like that, you can actually cover it with aluminum foil for good 2 hours. Then you can start eating it. It'll be a bit thick in consistency. So it's very good. So this one, so the shelf life of this food is around like 1 month. And it really stays intact because, you know, dates have really very long life, even the nuts too. So that's it, girls. So enjoy the dish and do let me know how it tasted, or you know, the pictures you can also share with me if you've done this, and I'll look around it. Thank you so much, girls, for watching with me. Thank you. Bye.